Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi Showby. Oh, hang on. Making sure it's live.
Live.
Are we live? Yeah, I think we are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start that again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi Showby with the lovely Julia. Hello, lovely Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
My goodness, you are very purple this evening.
I am a bit.
And it's lovely to see your purple hair.
You are approvingly purple.
Yes, I thought I'd put my purple jump. I've had it on most of the day, to be honest with you, but that's because I've had a 24-hour cold.
24-hour cold, as in you've had it for 24 hours?
Yes, it's pretty much the case now. Yesterday I was out filming with Matthew Holdsworth up on the Greensand Way.
Lovely jubbly.
We flew the drone, and that'll be tomorrow's video, by the way, on the Bold Explorer channel, the sister channel to this channel, which is a channel on YouTube, which is something you can watch using your eyeballs. Oh, yes, please do.
Whoosh.
There we are. 1 hour is on the clock, and we must proceed with caution. So tonight's theme is illness remedies and old school wisdom. If you've got any remedies that you use when you're ill, we would like to know them, because I've had this cold. I got back and I was feeling absolutely rubbish, and I only usually get one cold a year, and it's at the seasonal change between winter and spring. I think it's because the temperatures go up, I don't know, but I usually only get one cold a year. Sometimes I get two, but it's very rare. I rarely get a cold. I have this one, which is usually 24 hours.
Quite a strong constitution, haven't you?
Yes, thank you very much. My constitution is extremely strong.
Steve Mitchell says man flu.
Yes, 24 hours. I mean, it's not flu as in flu. It's just one of those bunged up nose, drippy nose, one night, and it's over. And today's the end of that 24 period, so I'm hoping that by tomorrow, of course, I shall be fighting fit and
skipping and running and jumping up the walls,
up
the road.
Walls. I should
up
be
the road.
Running and
You're
jumping
already up the walls
and skipping up the road. Now, of course, don't forget you can contact the show by putting in orange. No, you don't put the orange on, of course. The @ sign and the Vobes Show, and it comes up on our
highlight
screen.
And tag us.
And I believe some people have already done that.
Yep. Kerry Baldwin says hot honey and lemon with a drop of whiskey for a cold.
Drop of whiskey. I haven't had any whiskey for years. Actually, that's a very good idea.
Lynn B says you need some fresh ginger, lemon and honey with boiling water.
With boiling water. Yes, I haven't had the honey, but I've had, because of the sugars in it, but I've had the ginger and lemon, and I like that. I like, I'm not into sweet things now. Bitter, I like.
Strange.
Any more?
Yes. My dad's remedy for cold and flu, says Station Master's Choice, was to put a measure of whiskey in a glass of hot milk with a spoonful of sugar. Sweats it out for you.
Oh, lovely. I used to, and I like to, have a very hot chili.
I nearly had a very hot tea on my lap.
Oh, what happened? Did you knock it?
Yes.
Do you need a cloth?
Yes, please.
Righto.
Because it's spreading.
In that case, what we're going to do is, before we go any further, I've got a video to show that the lovely Bernie has put in. You may remember on Friday's show, one of our viewers rang in on 0793 474 6790, which is our telephone number, a regular viewer who we suspect is having mental capacities. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there, but he said some rather rotten things about the videos that you lovely people send in. And as you know, we don't expect anybody to be as proficient as what you get on the BBC, or as dreadful as my videos. You know, we're all friends here, and it's a great community.
The point is, his opinion doesn't reflect everyone's at all.
Absolutely. And so Bernie put together this little video here, which sort of exemplifies what we mean, and is there to encourage others not to be put off, and in fact to continue doing what you're doing.
I really couldn't let a certain phone call on Wednesday's show go by without making some comment. It hasn't upset me, although I think the gentleman concerned could have put his opinion in a much more polite way. Not everybody's going to like everything that they see. but we have such a lovely community in the Vobes Show, and I know personally there are at least one or two folk there who took a bit of persuading to put videos on. They're making very nice little videos, and to hear somebody like that come on the phone and refer to what they might have produced as crap must indeed have been very upsetting. And I would just like to say to those, please don't be upset by those unfeeling remarks. The good thing about the Vobes Show is that it is the place where people of all abilities can show what they've done, and one or two really, we've been on an adventure with them, and we've seen how they started, and we've seen they've had little hints and tips from everybody, and they're beginning to produce very nice little polished short videos. Okay, they may not be YouTube type videos. YouTube isn't everything, although it's a great place for people of all abilities to put their stuff. The Vobes Show is the Vobes Show. It's the place where we share what we've been up to, what we're interested in. It ain't going to suit everybody. We know that. But I don't think it behoves any of us to just make a blanket statement and say that, oh, those were absolute crap, without qualifying it. Okay, we might think they are, but you don't go around saying it in public. The best way to deal with that is, if you think somebody's put up a load of rubbish, find a way to message them quietly and say, look, on this occasion, I don't think you did quite so well. This is what I didn't like about it. I'm not having a go, but maybe you'd like to try this. There are all ways and means of doing things without being rude. And to be honest, I thought the gentleman on Wednesday was just not only rude, he was inconsiderate, uncaring, and I have to say it sounded a little bit to me as though he was under the influence of something, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about the gentleman's circumstances. At the end of the day, he's entitled to his opinion. He said it not in a very nice manner, and I know that's upset one or two of you. So really what I'm trying to say in this, please don't get upset by that, and please, if you're new to sending videos in, or you were even thinking of doing it, don't be put off. We want to see them. The folk enjoy them. If there was anything majorly wrong, I'm quite sure Richard would send you a polite email personally, and he would say, look, you know, this just isn't quite right. That's the way it's done. We want to see them, so get out there, keep filming, keep making them, keep sending them in, and if you happen to annoy just one person out of 100 or 200, well, that's tough cheese, isn't it? He'll have to be annoyed, but the rest of us enjoy it. Thank you.
Hear that man. Well done. Well said, Bernie.
Well said, Bernie. And
it's tough cheese.
Tough cheese, we like that. It's always good to have a little bit of tough cheese, like extra mature cheddar, but just before it's got those crystals in, which I'm not too keen on it when it gets to that crystallised state.
Not so nice.
Yes, anybody who does that, we will send them down into the cheddar caves, never to be seen ever again. Now, in that case, I have emailed the person in question and I said, please don't ring into the show. But if he does, I will give him the opportunity to apologise. And if he doesn't, that's it. We will ditch the call. As I say, he may be of a certain age, and my father went that way, and social skills do go out of the window when dementia hits you.
It was totally out of character, wasn't it?
It was very totally out of character.
That's what threw us all off, I think.
I think that's, yeah, I mean, so I'm prepared to give him the benefit of the doubt from that point of view. But it is what it is. Anyway, we will open the phone lines a little later on. 0793 474 6790 is the number. In the meanwhile, I can tell you that people have not been put off by sending in their marvellous videos.
Yay!
Because we have a video from Lynn. We have Emma and Martin, as otherwise known as Muddy Boots, with a Poppy and Daisy video. Bernie's obviously we sent his in, and Mick has sent his from Wigan Wildlife.
Ooh.
And you and I have sent a video in.
Yes, I think we have.
It did get almost rejected through the vetting process because it was really quite awful. However, we thought we would show it anyway. All right, Julia.
All right, Richard.
We are planting our seed potatoes, the Maris Piper seed potatoes, in the bags that lovely Steve Mitchell very kindly and generously gave us.
With the soil he also provided us.
Exactly. And we found that the potatoes themselves are pretty much self-seeded. In the kitchen we've already got, excuse my washing, we've got 3 done. And they're in there, ready to go, and the watering can is all set to water them in the back garden. Julia's going to take some of the seed potatoes into some tubs.
Trying to find ones with big enough chips that we can use.
Yeah, they sort of chitted quite well. And Sean James Cameron and Richard Suggets had said, get on and plant them. So it's a good time to plant. So we're taking the advice from the experts. Big thanks to Steve. And we will keep you informed of our progress.
Looking forward to it. Yes, it is brand new.
Oh, I've banged. Look, I've banged the screen.
You're lucky you didn't freeze the whole thing up.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Angela Skelton says that watering can looks brand new, very shiny. Yeah,
It is. Yeah, sorry about that. I've just banged the what's the name,
and you did freeze it.
and I froze it. It's a very temperamental system I've got there. I just wanted to say this has been purchased. I mean, actually, it was originally purchased as a prop for a comedy thing I've got potentially coming up at some point in the months ahead by lovely Tim Tricker. I was telling him about a gag, and he said, "Oh, let me get the
Prop.
The prop."
The watering can.
It was sent in without the company. I don't know who the company was, but they sent it in without the rose. So Tim said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get in touch." He got in touch, and they promptly sent it the next day. I don't know what tunes you can do on it.
I didn't think you'd actually get it. I wonder if a trumpet player could actually get something out of that.
I reckon if you had a trumpet thingy that
yeah.
would go down there, you could do it.
Potentially.
That's
funny. After you froze the screen there, David Vad and Kerry Baldwin had the same thought I did. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and snow. God, it's been a long time since I sang that, actually.
Well, it's a very nice thing.
Just as well.
Just to let a chap called Eco Bear, who has asked if there was a video that explains the relationship between Richard and Julia.
Does anyone actually do that?
Does anyone do a video that talks about the relationship between two people? By the way, if you move over that way, you won't be so obscured by the thing. It's an unusual request, but it's very kind of you to ask. You're a friend of mine, aren't you?
I believe so.
Yes, we're either friends, sworn enemies. I'm either your pupil, or I'm just trying to think.
Or you're my Padawan.
My Paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Never mind.
Padawan. What's a Padawan?
Padawan. Well, if I remember correctly, it's from Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah, if I remember
correctly.
correctly.
Am I a little chubby bear or something?
No, they're Ewoks.
Oh, I'm an Ewok.
No, a Padawan would be the student.
Ah, I see, Padawan.
Young Padawan.
Young Padawan, Oh, she's his carer. Thank you, Sean.
Accurate.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you are tonight, because I've not been feeling very well. Why has my orange highlight become grey, says Kerry Baldwin?
No.
Don't know. We can see you, though. So have no worries about that. Paul Carr Griffiths says, remedies, does anyone still wrap a used sock around one's neck when you have a sore throat? I don't think my socks would actually go round my neck.
No, I don't think mine would.
I'm using cravats to help me cure sore necks.
Colin McLeod says people get banned for less. I do hope he's gone or apologises. Well, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt because of his age, because of what he's been through and things like that.
Yes, people do get banned
Because we're
for less.
fairly certain that was completely out of character.
But no, I wouldn't say for less, though. Some people get banned for a hell of a lot more, but let's not go into that,
Let's not.
Mr. Connor. He
Paul
says
Carr-
with a knowing look.
Paul Carr Griffin
You know
says,
what I mean.
really enjoyed Casper. Probably won't see him again. And you never did. But
there are some people who claim that they actually saw Casper.
yes, the people were starting to actually see him in the end.
Of course, I
That's
think...
cool. And dogs, actual dogs who were watching it were like transfixed by it. Fantastic.
What we didn't record, and we should have done... Oh, you did record a bit. Did you put that up? The behind the scenes?
No, I
in
never
the
actually
studio?
did. Because stupidly...
Did you lose it?
No.
No.
I've got one bit
Clip.
that's like 45 or something seconds
You should
long.
put that up.
I will. But there's a couple of there's like 4 seconds each of these other
right.
two where I'd thought I'd pressed record and I hadn't, and actually pressed record when I was putting the camera down and then back up. So yeah, I did rubbish.
So behind the
Hang my
scenes,
head
you
and
should have
phone.
seen, because I said to Julia, we're talking about the video that is currently on the thing about the invisible dog. The invisible dog, it's an old mime gag, you know, an invisible dog like the wall, walking on the spot, the invisible dog. I just thought it'd be quite fun, a bit of whimsy, just to upset a few people, because I'd said I wanted to do some light-hearted, slightly comedic things. Not necessarily sketches, but just trying to keep the channel a bit light in view of recent events and everyone being so depressed about wars and the cost of living. I just wanted to try
And
and...
the last 2 years.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, I want to keep things light, and the cost of petrol and diesel is expensive. And I thought, you know, what can I do? And of course, a number of people saw it and said, oh, well, in that case, we're going. And thought that I was just doing sketch after sketch after sketch, and it wasn't their cup of tea. So have had a few patrons just flounce off and go, right, cancel my PayPal subscription, not having any more money from me, thank you very much. And a number of unsubscribed. So here's a lesson if anybody's running a YouTube channel. Don't tell people what you're doing, because sometimes they get completely the wrong end of the stick. Anyway...
Unlike Casper.
He
wouldn't even touch the stick.
So, which is
why?
true. So we were putting that together, and I said to Julia, look, I need to get some dog sound effects. I'm not very good at making dog noises. How about you? That was no reflection on you, of course.
No, thanks. No, I have played many animal roles, not in a dirty way before anyone gets a funny idea.
Yeah, because they have
No,
funny ideas.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
you are funny.
So yeah,
Oh, dear.
So we were walking around the house a bit, doing these sound effects,
That was fun.
making the dog walk, and lots of yaps, lots of funny things, and then we had to put them in onto the edit to work. But it came out quite well.
Yeah.
But you did film.
Thank you for letting me voice Casper. Casper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did film the bit. Did you film the bit on the timeline? Did that one work?
Timeline?
Yeah, when we were sitting over there at the edit machine, and you filmed a bit.
Yes, I
that
did.
one-
I believe so.
That's not one that you press a button. It didn't.
No, I don't think it is.
No, so you should put that on the Board Explorer page,
Yeah, I will.
as and when.
Not right now.
No, right now,
I'll
because
check
we're in the middle of
later.
a live show, of course.
Really?
Yes, I thought the video was lovely. Thank you very much, Glyn. I've got some ideas for some, but don't expect them on a regular basis. They take forever to put together, and one needs to, you know, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Bit of silence. One needs to get one's brain. I was trying to write a sketch today, and I was thinking, no, this is all going pear-shaped. So there'll be, you know, the usual crap. Anyway, the usual nonsense that I do. Eco Bear says, I love Julia's beautiful purple hair. Really ties both of your sweaters together. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Actually, it was a coincidence that I was wearing purple today. Because I'm not feeling brilliant, I don't know whether you can see that. I've got a
couple
red
of
jump.
jumpers.
I've got two jumpers on just to keep myself warm and sweaty. Thank you, Betty. Anyway, there we are. Seabird says, is Jasper a border terrier? You see, this is the interesting thing is, to me, it was a dog. I didn't know whether it was a male dog or a female dog, but people were writing in the comments things like, how come the wee was visible and yet the poo was invisible? And I'm thinking, you're thinking about this too much, or at least I hadn't thought about it at all. More comments coming in.
Seabird says, my mum is watching for the first time.
Hello.
And say hello to Linda from Rustington. Hi, Linda from Rustington.
Hello, Linda from Rustington. How are you doing?
Hope you're well.
Hope you're very well.
Nigel Sadler says, what would Lola say, I wonder?
Oh.
Her dad getting a second dog.
Oh, I know. It's outrageous.
I watched a video with you and Harriet and Lola the other day.
Oh, did you?
Oh, so cute. She's so
Yeah.
cute. And her little, was that her sister or something that you had with her?
Oh, that would have been our auntie.
Her auntie.
The black and tan
The
one.
dog's auntie.
Yeah, the
Lola's
dog's.
auntie.
Yeah,
Bless,
absolutely.
yeah, so cute.
Martin Lee says, we love the Invisible Dog video. Obviously, lots of work went into it. I wish our dogs were as well behaved sometimes. Yes. I think Mr. Suggett said the same when he left a comment on the video with Roxy. But Roxy's only a puppy. And I didn't really think anymore. You know, clearly, when inventing these things, I need a degree in dog culture because I didn't really think that much into it.
Well, I've got loads more ideas.
Yes, Julia's got loads of more ideas. So I think in these whimsy ones, he may well come back. We've got some other ideas. Oh, by the way, we've been offered a trip in a 1936 Morris vintage car, and I've said to Andy, who owns it, it would be great to do a sketch with that. It'd be lovely to do a little sketch where we go off into the countryside with a picnic or whatever in a vintage car. So watch this space. And also, I forget the gentleman's name off the top of my head, a vintage restored, thank you, aeroplane, like a Cessna, but not a Cessna, like a 1930s, I can't remember what it is, beautiful aeroplane, being offered a flight in there. So I need to talk to the gentleman and say, could we do something, a sketch or something, even if it's just in the video. It would just be lovely to do that. So people have come forward with all sorts of ideas. Someone's offered me an old wooden hat stand.
Oh, cool.
For doing, you know, the old James Bond, the Sean Connery James Bond, who used to come into the office where Moneypenny was sat there and he would throw his hat onto the ding.
Oh, yes. We knew a fella who did that.
Did we?
Yeah, he did some YouTube videos, but he was organising the Horsham, Enchanted Horsham. Do you remember? No?
No.
Never mind.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's right. I do. We
I
had
heard
a
that,
conversation
Penny
with it. Yeah, that's
yes,
right.
we did.
Kerry Bowen says, you could bath him in the tin bath. Yes, that's true. It could actually. The tin bath, I've got a number of projects for the tin bath coming up. Perhaps you could start with invisible dog training, says Nigel Sadler.
Oh, bless. The Authors HQ says, my 4-year-old daughter wanted to watch Casper over and over again. That is so cute.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, watch this space. Thank you very much for the encouragement on all of that. We're supposed to be talking about illness remedies and old school wisdoms, but if you've got any of that, it would be lovely. We will open the phone lines in a minute. I think we should take a break to watch one of your splendid videos.
Yes.
And we're going to start with Mick, who has sent one in for the first time, I believe. And
Fantastic.
Mick has sent in this one called Wigan Wildlife. Thank you so much, Mick, for sending them in. He originally sent them as YouTube clips, and it did explain I need to have the MP3 file, the original file, to play it in. I can't play them straight from YouTube. But he's done that, so let's have a look. How about that? There we are, a bit of nature. Thank you very much. Mick Byrne sent that in. And
so dang cute.
Very cute.
Such a lovely face.
The lovely Julia there was...
melting.
Yes.
Yeah, he's so cute.
So, brilliant. There we are. Very relaxing and beautiful and a bit of nature. And now you've got our ugly faces to have a look at. Sorry about that. Now, you can give us a call and tell us about your remedies or things of the old school wisdom that you might have. 07934746790. Phone lines are now open. I need to just put this phone so that I can actually hear the ringing.
Lots of lovely compliments for the video. Fab video, jolly nice video, lovely video.
We have our first phone call. Whoops-a-daisy. Has already come in. Let's find out who that is. Hello caller.
Yes, good evening, Richard. Good evening, Julia.
Good evening. Is that young Steve?
Yes, it is, young Steve.
How are you, Steve? In East Preston.
Yes, he's done a good job with the potatoes.
Yeah, we shoved them in because people were saying to us, you better get them in because it's the 18th of March and it's the moon, the season of the, I don't know what it is. But anyway, we thought, well, we'll get it done whilst the sun was shining.
Yeah, as they grow, as they come up with the green shoots, then you basically keep covering them over with the compost.
Yes, yeah. So we put 3 in a bag.
Well, you could put more than that. You could put 4 or 5 in there.
Oh right. Oh okay.
What you could do now, how far have you filled it?
Well, if the bag is that big, I've filled it about not quite a third.
Okay, well you can still you could probably put another layer in if you want.
Oh, right. Well, Julie's got. So we've got 6 here, and Julie's got those big tubs that you very kindly
Yes.
gave us. So she's going to shove some more of that. We need to get some more of the
We need to get some soil, yeah.
soil, but
Yes.
yeah, and then we can get them in at her place.
Exciting.
Yeah, good. Yeah, with the old remedies you were saying a bit earlier on. One of the things that I use, because I suffer very badly with cramp, and I use magnesium tablets.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I sometimes get cramp in my foot.
Yeah, I get it in my leg, and the worst. I have to admit, the worst time you get it is in the middle of the night, and you end up literally jumping out of bed and hopping around and what have you.
Yes, and
Yeah.
my remedy for that has been when I feel it coming on, I leap out of bed immediately before the muscle spasms,
Yes.
and then that.
Don't mind.
And that,
I get past that sort of thing, and I'm like, making noises and everything else and that, and I'm not the most popular person in the house.
no, I can imagine. It's cramp is one of those. I don't understand what happens.
I think it's to do as you get older. I think it's how the muscles, they sort of. It's one of the other people on the chat will probably say, but I think it's to do with the expansion and how the muscles react. Because obviously, if you're walking around during the daytime, then your body's relaxed in bed, and I think that might be something to do with it. I'm not sure.
Right. Oh, okay. Because I get it in my calf. It's in my calf that I get the cramp, but it's rare. I mean, it isn't. I don't get it, regularly.
I've only ever
Yeah,
had
you need
that
to go more dog walking.
when I was pregnant.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, when you were pregnant.
Yeah. It's really not nice being woken by cramp in a leg or something in the middle of the night, is it? It's awful.
No.
No.
And the
You have
other
my
thing,
sympathies.
and the other thing you're saying, because you've got man flu.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that. Somebody else said that. I just said I had a cold. Bloody cheek coming on here.
No, but another thing I use actually, it's very good, is the old like as I call it, the old menthol crystal things. Put a few of those in boiling hot water, and then breathe that in for about a couple of minutes. That's really good.
Is that the thing that you used to stick? My
like
mother
when you
used to put something in a bowl of water and then put a kitchen towel over me and wouldn't let me out.
You can buy them as like a baby beaker, and they have like a thing on them so they go over your nose.
What, like a nose bag?
Well, it's Julia will probably know because she's
Got kids.
Well, yeah, and you put it over, and you only put a couple of little bits in there. You mustn't overdo it, otherwise it'll blow your brains out. And then it really good.
What were we talking about? Because I lost focus for a second because Gary Baldwin's had a good one. Onion flesh for bee stings. I've never heard of that one.
Onion
No,
flesh.
not that one.
Yeah, so what we're talking about, nose bags?
Nose bag. Yeah, so these aren't the menthol crystals. These are something else, are they?
Well, they're actual, they're really sort of like, you can buy them in the chemist. They're really sort of like little shards of like glass, and you just put like a couple of small ones in it, and then when it's hot boiling water, and then you just breathe in slowly. If you don't put too many in, otherwise you'll be peeing your head off the ceiling.
Right.
And I mean it.
Oh, right. Did you? Is that from experience then?
Yes.
Yes.
You only put a few in, but that's really good. Especially, obviously if you just got, a sniffle or cold or a bit sort of fluey and what have you. That's really good. Better than, all these sort of remedies that you buy in the chemist and stuff,
Well, I was trying that oil of Ulay the other day.
Bulbous oil.
What?
Oil of
you.
Ulay.
All of you, Lee.
Oh no, that's a different thing. I don't use it.
Were you trying to build up a joke there?
No.
Or did I just
Oil of
stamp
what is it? Oil of Olbus.
Olbus
oil.
oil.
Olbus
Oh,
oil.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Olbus oil. And I
This
was
is a lot stronger. A lot stronger. That's very weak, that is.
yes. Well, I couldn't smell it yesterday at all. I put it on my pillow and I was lying there and they're going, do you know, this cold must be so bad. I really can't smell it. Then I realised in the morning the bottle had been empty for weeks. There was nothing in it. No wonder I couldn't smell it. So I need to go and buy some more.
You go and look up what I said, and you'll know what I'm talking.
What
It's
is
really
it called?
good. Well, it's cool. It's like menthol little crystal things that you.
Yeah, but you can't go into a thing. I want some menthol little crystal things.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Let me have a look.
He's going to go and find it from the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to find
Station
it.
Master's Choice says, many a time I saw my parents and
This is-
grandparents huddle over a bowl of balsam, Friar's Balsam, maybe, with a towel
The
over
thing
their
that
heads.
you want
That's the
is
thing.
called
Yeah.
a steam inhaler.
Yes. That's the nose bag
called-
thing.
Yeah, and it's called menthol. The one I've got here is called menthol BP, and it's 5 milligrams.
Menthol BP.
Menthol crystals. Says,
Yeah,
Sean
it's
James
only
Cameron.
5 milligrams, but the actual thing, you can buy them everywhere, and it's for catarrh, sinus, coughs, colds, everything, and they're really good.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
Interestingly,
There's a lot.
sorry.
Go
Interestingly,
on, Julia.
Chris Navard says, my wife is a physiotherapist. She says, point your toes if you get nocturnal cramps.
Point your toes. Yes, that's funny because I do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, I keep all my joints lubricated by moving them, exercised. You know,
Well,
I
you do
think
enough walking, don't you?
Limbered.
well, it's more than that. It's because I went to mime school. We did isolation exercises. We isolate different parts of the body because every part of the body that has a joint, you know, is supposed to move. But as we get older and through bad habits, we tend not to move a lot of joints. We move our body in one great big trunk, and we don't isolate all the different independent parts. So it is actually important, just like stretching, and a lot of people don't bother to stretching and isolating individual parts, as well as, you know, just generally toning yourself up by like things like walking and stuff, is very important. But people don't.
I know there's a lot of people, obviously, with, like, as I say, you know, with herbs are supposed to be very good. A lot of these herbs are supposed to be very good for you, you know, for your skin and well-being and everything else and that. So I know that's becoming more of a thing now, because obviously there's so many these herbs. A lot of people don't know how to, you know, that you can use them for yourself more.
Well, there's so many plant-based medicines are so much, and a proper diet, breathing correctly, and things like that are so much more beneficial for you than relying on the medicines, which all medicines have a side effect, and people then often have to take something else to combat the side effect. Whereas if you're keeping yourself with a proper diet and taking yourself off all the sweets and the processed foods and that sort of thing, and you exercise and you breathe through your nose and things like this, you'll find that half the time you don't need any of this medication.
No, I don't tend to take. I don't take the the stuff you buy in the chemist and all stuff like that. I try to use, you know,
More natural, yeah. Because after all, we have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. I don't know, hundreds of thousands, but we've been around for tens of thousands of years before chemists and the modern medicines was about, and we have managed to survive quite well.
Yes.
And it's it's surprising how we've become so reliant on all these pills. I once knew a woman, I won't say who she was, but a woman who would have about 6 or 7 pills every day. And she was overweight and had a heart problem and various things. And she was bemoaning the fact that she had to take these pills with water every morning. And my sister, who is a nurse, was around at this particular time. And she said, "What happens if you don't take these pills then?" She said, "Well, I'll die." She said, "Well, what are you moaning about then? You know, you don't know how lucky you are. You've got these pills. You probably would be dead." My sister put it quite bluntly at her.
Sometimes you have to be.
And so there's this woman going, "Well, I've got to take these bloody pills every day." It's like, yeah, well, if you don't have them, you're dead. So, count your bloody lucky stars that you're still alive. You know, what you need to do is eat properly and exercise, and then you wouldn't have to take all these things. But anyway, it's just an opinion.
Oh, well.
Sensible Paul says, I've just purchased a TENS unit. It puts electrical pulses and seems to work well.
Sensible Paul, it's probably much better than sticking your fingers into a 240 volt mains box. Yes.
Angela Skelton says, does anyone have a cure for fidgety leg syndrome?
Fidgety leg syndrome?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe...
My mum used to have that. I think it's something, it's one of them things you can't, I don't know, get rid of, sort of thing.
If you've got 2 belts, take 2 men's belts and tie them round your legs so you can't actually move your legs. Straight jacket for feet.
Yeah, straight.
It's not very helpful, I appreciate that.
There was another comment I was going to read out. Where is it? Oh, Daily Walker. My mother keeps a bar of soap in the foot of her bed to stop cramp in her feet.
A bar of soap?
Yes, I'm just trying to work out whether I'm being duped.
Is that like the carbolic? You know, because carbolic does something to you. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for the advice about the plants, the potatoes.
Haters.
Yeah,
We're looking
to you soon and see you whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Okay,
Look after yourself.
Ta-ra
have a
for
good
now,
weekend,
Chuck.
both of you. Take care.
And
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. There we are. Cramp. Cramp is a rather rotten thing, isn't it? Well, the old human body is plagued with all these things. Angela Skelton says, thank you, Richard. Yeah, my advice, is definitely well worth listening to with the 2 belts, and you'll be fine.
Martin Lees says,
Don't quote me on that.
Fidgety legs keep them cold, says Emma.
Keep them cold? Is that the cure or the reason?
Well, a managing technique, I suppose, to keep the legs cold.
Will stop the fidgets?
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's the implication.
I guess if you've got fidgety legs, if you just run everywhere, then you wouldn't know whether they're being fidgety because they're on the move. Another useless piece of advice from the Vobes. Sounds like carbolics. Yes, it does sound like a load of old carbolics. By the way, that was David Vad, who says he's going to write us, it's at the moment, it's in the cerebral process, a new theme tune.
Yee.
Yeah, so he wrote the one the current one, that thing. With the ferret, but he's got bored with listening to that now and says, I'm going to write you another one, which will be great because I need to get the lovely Julia and myself jiggling around at the beginning of it. We have another phone call, which is lovely.
Hello.
Let's take that, find out who it is. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's Zane.
Hello, Zane.
How are
Hello.
you?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, not too shabby, thanks.
What have you been up to this week, Zane?
Been at school all week.
You went to a football match on Wednesday, didn't you?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Brighton lost 2-0.
Oh, they're rubbish
What a
then, aren't they?
shame.
Brighton?
Yeah.
Rubbish. I would support somebody else.
And when I was there, I was still watching the Vobes Show.
Oh, were you?
Bless
Yeah.
your heart.
Well, if they were losing, they obviously weren't any good. So, what other
They
football
might have
team?
been losing, but we were winning.
But we were
you
winning.
Were winning.
What
I wasn't here.
what other football teams are there local? Is there one in Chichester?
No.
Oh, just there's where's the nearest then? You've got Brighton. Where's the Eastbourne?
Portsmouth.
Horsham?
No, Southampton.
Oh, it's quite a jump then.
Portsmouth is in between them.
Yeah,
Oh, no, are they not in the same league anymore? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there not one? Well, let's have a look. Yapton. That's a nice little village. Have they got a little football team? Yapton.
No.
The Yapton Yuppies would be a good name for them. And that's over to the Yapton Yuppies, and let's see how they're doing in their football match of the day. And they're off, and they're running around the pitch. They think they're on a horse racing. Oh, that's horse racing, isn't it? There's Worthing. Worthing's got a football team, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Worthing Wanderers or something.
No, it's for Worthing Football Club.
Oh, Worthing Football. I thought they were Worthing Wanderers because they were all 80-year-olds and they're wandering around. Why they're there.
No, I think they're under 18s.
Oh, are they? Oh, not over 80s. I got that confused. Very easy to get confused with that.
Yeah.
Where else is there? So somewhere like Worthing, would they ever get to play Tottenham Hotspurs?
No.
Apparently, East Preston have a football team.
Oh, East Preston. There we are. East Preston. What would they be called? The EPs.
I don't know. I'll research it for you.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, that's interesting. So so Worthing Wanderers wouldn't get to play the Tottenham Hotspurs.
No.
That's a shame, isn't it? It'd be more entertaining if there were far more of these groups would get into these higher divisions.
Yeah.
What do they have to do to get in the higher I mean, it's a bit like snakes and ladders, isn't it? Do they have to climb up a ladder to get in these divisions? How do they get in there?
If you get more points, and then you get promoted, then everybody's celebrates on the football pitch.
Oh, I see. And what do points make?
The total.
Oh, not prizes. What do
No.
points make? Prizes!
There's a trophy, basically.
Oh, I see.
Hey, we have Turbo Stream in the house.
Turbo Stream is here. It says Epsom salts added to a bath will help a restless leg, which is caused by magnesium deficiency.
Sean James Cameron says, Zane, please could you turn down the volume on the Vobes Show
Oh,
on the
yeah,
laptop, because we can hear it in the background there. It's a
We
little
can
bit
hear it.
distracting, my darling. Thanking you very kindly.
That's very good. That's very good.
I'll put on mute then.
Oh, that's even better.
Better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're a much funnier show if we're on mute, apparently.
Yeah, much more entertaining.
Yes, far more
You could put
entertaining.
your own sound effects in then.
Indeed, especially over a little dog.
Decide what we're saying.
Yeah. So the weekend is coming, Zane. What does a young 15-year-old, a sprightly, youthful 15-year-old get up to at the weekend?
I'm planning to go and get my hair cut.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you having it fashioned into something? You're going to have a nice perm?
Is it just a trim, or are we going to have a specific fad thing cut into your hair?
I don't know yet. I'll see when I get to the hairdressers tomorrow. See what
See what takes your fancy.
Do they? When I used to go to the hairdressers, which is a long time ago, my mother used to take me when I was a little chap, and it was always short back and sides, you know, and then they would get out that god-awful thing that I felt was...
Clippers.
Yeah, I felt it was slowly eating the back of my head, and it would come out. It was this sort of warm vibration in the back of my neck. And there's this sort of big fat bloke who used to do it with a fag in his mouth. He wouldn't get away with it now, and he was just, you know, with one of those steel combs. Yeah. And then at the end of it, he would squirt this stuff over my hair. I remember this very vividly, and I would be sat in front of a sign with a little box of very dubious things, and it would say, something for the weekend. But funny enough, he never asked me, when I was about 15, if I wanted anything for the weekend, and I saw some chewing gum, and I thought, actually, I wouldn't mind some of that. But he never offered me any of that. So will you be having it styled?
No, very short, like very, very short.
Oh, very short. Are you having it Vobes style?
No.
No.
No, not that kind of way. Like doesn't go back too fast.
Sorry, Zane, we're starting to lose you there, darling.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Did I?
Yeah, it's just the internet. Obviously, somebody somewhere in your hotel
Yeah, you're just crackling every now and then.
is using up too much of the internet. You need to go and bang on their door and say, "Oi, stop hogging the internet. I'm trying to talk to the lovely Julia and the bald bloke on the Vobes Show." Far more important than what they're doing in their room on their own, alone, with those channels that they watch. You
Got
know.
some interesting comments.
Oh, well, let's hold your horses
Hold
for a
your
minute,
horses.
Zane. Just hold your tongue. I know you've got lots to say, but lovely Julia needs
Sorry,
to read.
Zane. The Authors HQ says, my wife Joanne has a book called The Natural Food Catalogue from the 70s that you might like. The word whole food wasn't coined until the 50s. I don't know how we would get it to you.
Oh,
well,
send it to my address. It's number 24, Acacia Avenue, in case you're asking.
If you email Richard at vobes.com,
Oh, yeah.
and then he'll send you...
Send me an email, richard@vobes.com, VOBES.com, and I will send you my address by first post.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That would be lovely.
Station Master's Choice says, last time I went to the hairdressers, it cost me... how do you say that? £3.6
Where is it?
pence, 3/6D.
Where are you looking?
Above the
who's-
did you sit on or board?
Oh, last time I went to the hairdressers, it cost me 3 shillings and sixpence.
There you go.
Yeah, that wouldn't be £3.
Well, I don't know, do you?
No.
That
Well,
was
no.
before my time.
Yes, of course.
Got no concept.
I also drink quinine for my cramp.
Yes. Turbo Stream says most minor ailments seem to be caused by lack of trace minerals from reading about nutrition.
Yeah, there you are. See, that's all that supermarket foods.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, I saw in town, sorry Zane, I just remembered you're still there. I saw in town, Riverford were doing some promotion to get people to buy their veg boxes. I was passing by to get some nuts. I got a big pile of nuts, actually. But I noticed there they were in the centre of Worthing promoting the Riverford stuff, the organic food. And I thought, I might get back onto their food things. You won't know this, Zane, I'm sure.
Other
but
food boxes are available.
Other food boxes are available. Do you know where the food comes in from in your hotel kitchen?
No.
No. Is it local produce?
No.
No.
He doesn't know.
No, I didn't expect you
Stop
to know. I
picking
did.
on me.
No, I wasn't picking. I was just asking because you may have just turned around and said, "Yeah, actually, we breed our own pigs and we slaughter them every breakfast
In a hotel.
in a hotel to prove that it's local meat, and we fry them up in front of everybody and ask them to stamp on their feet." I mean, you don't know. We better play some videos.
Yes, we had, because we've got
two more
two
to
more
come
to
in.
go, and we have 9 minutes left.
Yes, that's true.
So sorry, Zane, we're going to have to say goodbye, but thank you for calling into the show again.
Welcome.
It's lovely
What's
to.
the topic
Sorry, go on.
tonight? What's the topic for tonight?
The topic tonight is: do you ever see the chat up there?
Yes, I went up before.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I tend to pin them to the top of the chat. The topic is illness remedies and old school wisdom, meaning, the old hag in the village who used to come up with a little bit of sound advice. But that'd be before your time, dear boy.
But
don't-
Just curious.
Yeah, I mean these days it's what's on at Boots.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was that the chemist basically?
Yeah, Boots the chemist as opposed to Boots the walking merchant. Jones the bootmaker. Is Jones the bootmaker still going? I think he's
know.
collapsed, hasn't he? I think he had a hernia.
I don't know, but anyway, thank you ever so much for calling in, Zane, and
Yeah,
we'll
gotta
speak to
go.
you again soon.
You look after yourself.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Zane, and another zany conversation has been had. So there we go.
Sensible Paul says, I remember going to the Barber when I was young, and they used to have men's magazines. Could you imagine that today?
They probably still have Men's Health magazine,
Yeah.
which is as near to soft porn as you can get.
Yeah.
From what I understand. Not that I've read anything like that, you understand. Right.
No, of course you haven't.
Time to... and it's a toss-up now between Muddy Boots and Lynn B. Julia, what do you fancy? In no particular order.
Let's go for Muddy Boots on this occasion.
Muddy Boots.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
I
thought we'd lost it. It's fascinating. Thank you so much, Emma and Martin there with Poppy and Daisy, the lovely dogs, at Barmouth or Abbey something. Abbey Road?
Abermore. No
Haberdashery. Been to the haberdashery recently. It's fascinating. Thank you very much for the video. Lovely, lovely scenery and lovely holiday and especially a lovely windscreen.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The music was interesting, wasn't it?
Yes, and it's what I was going to say. It's fascinating watching the comments when you guys are watching the video, and then Station Master's choice to tell us exactly what the train status is and all of that, and then Chris Navard will tell us that it's an open tune guitar stuff that. We're going, oh, that's very nice.
I love our viewers. I genuinely love our viewers.
They're all little experts in their own way, which is
amazing
superb.
Peoples.
So keep it up. We love it. We love it. And, of course, David Vad came out with Jones the butcher. They don't like it up. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for that. You made us smile. It's a two-way transmission, this, isn't it? You're making us smile with your comments, and we hopefully are making you dive for the covers. Lord Geoffrey Harrison says, did you ever go to the Barbers and sit on the front, sit on that bit of wood that they used to put up on the top chair? Yes, that's right. That's for kids.
You raise them up, yeah.
Like a car seat, but in the thing, so you could see yourself in the mirror. And there was that feeling. I mean, I don't know whether women felt the same, but when you went to the hairdressers, you felt awfully grown up going to the hairdressers as a young man, even though mum took you. Awfully grown up sitting there as this somebody, not a connection of your family, not your parents, was preening you. And that, I think, it's very rare that blokes have somebody else preen them who isn't a member of the family. Whereas women have their nails done and they have their hair done and they have their buttocks done and all of these sort of things. But men don't really have other people fiddling with their bits of anatomy as a rule. So it's sort of, as a young fella, it was felt.
Not every man goes and gets their back sack and crack waxed.
No, let's hope not.
I
Tracy,
had my eyebrows done today. That was sore enough. I can't believe I used to have other body parts done.
Oh,
Crazy.
right. Butcher Vobes is simply the best, says... Butch, sorry, I
Simply the best.
read that wrong. Gotta love the trivia, says Stars. Absolutely, it's how we rock here. My childhood barber, says Sean, used to put a bowl on our heads and just cut round
That's what I was
it.
going to say earlier. At least your mum didn't make you have the bowl on the head thing.
Gosh, Harry the Hatchet. And I know that's true because Sean went back and interviewed the bloke. And Martin Lee says, thanks for the lovely comments. We were lucky with the weather. It was lovely to see it. Well, we're just coming up to 9, but we've still got time. And I'm sorry, Lynn, we didn't mean to leave your video till last by any means. But Lynn has gone to Board Hill Gardens.
Fantastic.
So let's go in and have a look at Board Hill Gardens with Lynn B and family. All that wood for the Essie there at the end. How lovely. Thank you very much, Lynn. That did make us smile.
I did.
All good stuff. Brilliant. Lovely gardens. I don't know where Board Hill is. Maybe somebody can just let me know.
Dun, dun, dun.
We've run out of sand.
I'm run out of time.
If we've got any more sand, send it in. We can have a longer show. But unfortunately...
Whoop, there we go.
Oh,
Ah!
no. Don't set it off again. Paul Carr Griffin says March the 18th, 2018, we had a bit of
We had a
snow,
load
was
of
it?
snow today. Oh, yep. Snow,
Today it
must
was sunshine and the tulips opened.
fantastic.
You said you found out a
Yeah, I
secret
can't
thing
remember.
with tulips.
Can't remember what I heard it on. I think it might have been the radio. You put a coin, a penny, in your vase with your tulips, apparently.
So if you picked tulips, cut tulips, shoved them in a vase with water and you stick a penny in, is it to do with the copper?
I guess so. I don't.
Makes them last longer.
It's got
or
to be a
something?
chemical
reaction. Yeah, fantastic.
Apparently, yeah, makes them vavavoom.
It makes them
Have
vavavoom.
vavavoom.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you for our phone calls and all the lovely videos. Big thanks to Lynn B. We will make sure you're not at the last next time. Muddy Boots for Poppy and Daisy. Bernie for his corrective comments, which was very, very welcome. Thank you for that.
Thank you, yeah.
And to Nick Burns for the Wigan wildlife, which was absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Loved that.
With that
Beautiful deer.
wonderful dear little rhinoceros. Wasn't a rhinoceros.
What is a rhinoceros?
I don't know. It's like a rhinoceros, but it's a rhinoceros. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. My cold is clearly gone now, ladies and gentlemen. You've helped to clear the air passages. Thanks for all your illness remedies and your old school wisdom. Back again on Monday. Good news for those who enjoy Ricky. Bad news for me, I suppose. But he will be on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Can you not do Wednesdays?
No, you can't do Wednesdays. You can only do Tuesdays. So we will put in an extra show on Tuesdays. But bear in mind, as we come into the later spring and the clocks go forward or back or wherever they go, we're going to probably just do 2 of these shows a week, Monday and Fridays, with the occasional special thrown in. Just means that one can get out more, because I do want to go touring, and I'm indebted to Tim Tricker, who has organised a trip to Plymouth with me, or for me, so we're going to bring those videos to you, and I'm indebted to Julia, who's also indebted to Ian McCagan, for we're going to get this beautiful tent we've been given out in early April.
Yes.
So we've got some adventures coming up, which is great. So we're very much looking forward to that. So do enjoy all of that. Meanwhile, thanks to Judith and Sean for moderating, and to you for coming along, and to you for dyeing your hair purple.
And to you for shaving your head. Oh, wait. No, you haven't done that today.
No, I
And
haven't.
hello, Alison O'Brien. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, I hope everyone's all good. And we will. And to Linda Kane, who is a bit under the weather at the moment.
Bless her whips and chains.
Yes, we were supposed to be popping round for a cup of tea, but she said she had the lurgy. I said, well, I've got the lurgy, so we didn't pop round. That's it. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. From us, goodbye.
Ciao for now.